to the Grassroots podcast. This is part of the Hey, How Are You? Equestrian Mental Health Campaign. I am your host tonight, Shane McCarthy, and I am joined by the wonderful David Lysa. I'm going to introduce David in a second. This is all part of Equestrian Mental Health Month, a campaign came up with by the one and only Shane Rooney in partnership with us here at the Grassroots Gazette. So, David, we're going to kick this off like we kick off all our live streams. Who are you and what do you do? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is David Lysa. I'm a para equestrian and the CEO of LegUpAbility, where we do videos about my life as a para equestrian, but also the issues facing para equestrians across the equine world in order to improve inclusiveness in the equine world.
I love it. What did you think and how did you feel when you heard that there was going to be Ireland's first ever Equestrian Mental Health Week launched? How did you feel about it and what were your thoughts when you heard about it?
When I heard about it, I think it's a great thing. I think it's important to maintain and look after your mental health, particularly when you're doing a sport like horse riding, a hobby or a lifestyle, for so many different reasons. Like, if you're a competitor in a competitive sport, that would play on your mental health. But also, if you work in the industry, it's not your typical 9-to-5 job. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. You're always on call.
You're literally always turned on, aren't you?
Yeah, you're literally no switch off button. Like, one of the reasons why I was delayed tonight was because I had to go to the stables earlier this evening to feed the 2 horses. So, and to take them into the stables from the field. So it never switching off, and you're dealing with live animals, so you're always constantly worrying about them. And that plays on your mental health. So I think it's important to highlight the issue. For me personally,
I was just going to ask, how do you go through it yourself and how do you deal with your own mental health in your own journey?
It has been very interesting and quite fitting. As I told you before, my next February, this February coming, marks the 10-year anniversary of my mental health breakdown. And I'm going to be doing a video of how the horses helped me to get to where I am now. And the basic way they did that is basically got me doing something with my life on a daily basis. I had to get up and look after the horses. I had to get up and ride. And it just pushed me to. While also, when I felt anxious, I had an anxiety attack in the stables, I was able to be able to bond with the horse and feel the horse's body heat and have that kind of like communication between both of us, where the horse would literally tell me, calm down, relax, and collect yourself. And that over time, I built that strength up. And that is just purely down to the horses. I
wanted to ask, do you spend a lot of time working on your mindset? I mean, when you look at your history, like let's set the scene here a small bit for people, by the way. You've gone through the Sahara, you've gone up Everest, you've done so many things. that just people would think that nobody could do, genuinely. So have you spent time conditioning your mind to have that mental strength to work on your mindset, or how do you approach it?
Yeah, I have. And just not too close to
Yeah, no,
anyone.
I'm not. I just
Um,
want to get the message out there. It's
yeah,
important.
no, but the other extra bit to that was at Beth, I was given half an hour to live, and I was told not to walk and talk. I was told I wouldn't walk and talk. So from the word go, yes, I did develop a strong mental health condition of basically never quit, never quit. Always keep going forward. And I still remember the line that my brother told me, and a good line. You don't win silver, you get mistake and gold. And it always that kind of mentality of push, which is good. And it has helped me to be resilient and strong. But the other problem with that is, it helped me be resilient and strong to overcome these obstacles in my life. But there's a problem with it. A two-edged knife. And yeah, actually it's quite funny because it happened today. I'm very tough on myself. I remember we had a meeting for the Power Question Committee, and I introduced myself as David Liza. I'm very competitive with myself. And you laughed, and Heather laughed, because you thought I was joking, but I'm not. I'm really hard on myself.
Oh no, I'll be honest. I laughed because I'm slightly different. I'm incredibly competitive with myself. The only difference is I refuse, for the best part, to use bad language. Not cursing, etc. I mean negative language with myself. That's the only difference yet. I just had a call there with Katie Sheehan, a Zoom or one of the podcasts, and that was one of the things I said we asked about. And I'll ask you the same question. How important is the language you use when you talk to yourself?
Very important. And that's my problem. I need to, and that will, to answer your previous question, that's what I need to work on, controlling my brain and the language I use against myself. Because I'll give you an example. Today, I like to get my video done so I can edit it tomorrow and day after. So I can normally get it out for tomorrow for Tuesday now. But I went in, did my video, and afterwards I realized I couldn't hear the sound because my microphone was dead. And
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, you were laughing and you walk on, but no, my brain is thinking, David, you messed up, you failed, you did not achieve what you did set out to do today. Okay, LegUpAbility is gone now. You're gonna make your video today. Even though I'm going to make my video tomorrow, right? And I would get your video out for Tuesday. I still had that negative thought in my head saying, LegUpAbility is gone because I didn't get it.
That's incredible. I wouldn't have thought of that, no doubt, to be honest.
Yeah, my brain, because I was trained from an early stage to be go, 110%, 110%. Any failure myself, I'm my worst nightmare. I would say,
does that give you the strength of character you have?
Yeah, a very
like you said, it's a double-edged sword, because that's probably what makes you able to do the Sahara, Everest, etc. is that unwavering level of this is it, this is You know, this would have
Yeah,
to execute this as a, but also then it has an adverse effect because it puts those negative thoughts in your head if you
exactly.
don't do something.
And that bringing it back to what the horses do for me over the last decade, the horses said, David, relax yourself. It's okay to mess up, or it's okay not to achieve something. Just slow down and relax. You get it done tomorrow. And that has helped me. And another issue, like I'm organizing a track competition in our local stables. And I said I would join it. And got my New Year's resolution that I would do it. Now people say that's not much of a resolution. But for me it is. Third reason is I need to be able to do the competition for fun. Because prior to doing that, if I had a competition or anything like ever, Sahara, anything, it was like focus. I'd be thinking about the competition now when it's in 2 months' time. I'd be like, okay, focus, train. Like when I was training for the Sahara, I was doing 20-minute ones in the gym, then go for a swim a length of a pool on one breath,
Oh, wow.
and then go into the sauna with half a liter of water, just so I can push my body to the absolute limit.
And then
And be
that's how
able
you
to,
conditioned your mind to be able to do this.
yeah. But the problem with that is you never freak out and you never relax, and that's not everyday life.
Yeah, you're always switched on. It's
Yeah,
it's a
and you
positive and
can't,
a negative thing together.
do simple everyday competition for fun. So my New Year's resolution is to do the competition for fun.
I like that.
You
Yeah,
know
I like
that's how hard
that.
it is for me.
No, I like that. And then my question, I've loads more questions, but my one of the things I wanted to ask you about is aligning to what you just said there. Like when you were training for the Sahara, you're putting habits in place, habits that sort of dictate the mind frame, the conditioning, the behaviorisms
Yeah.
you have when you're going there. So, is there any habits you have now currently that help you with your mental health, or that help you with clarity of mind, or how your mind works?
And basically if I get right, just recognize it and to take a step back. And if I recognize, okay, David, you're going down a dark path again, right there again, contact my counselor. Okay, David, my counselor, Joan, I'm just overthinking this. I need to have an appointment with you so I can talk it out. And then I know, okay, it's off me. I can let it go. And that the other habit I am working on is not overthinking.
Yeah,
But then another habit my family have is that literally we overthink anything,
yeah.
everything. And my family is great. I'm not saying they're going.
No. I understand you have things that my family are very talkative.
Yeah, we're a very competitive family.
Yeah,
And that always like to my brother. Like he like coached he saved for the Irish squad. And he coached the Irish squad, made the worlds, and he has done really well for himself and worked damn hard for himself.
yeah.
But that he, like me, he was taught the same mentality. Push, you know. And we have the same issue in one sense because we don't know how to switch off. We can't.
I can agree. I understand that. I took a day off yesterday, and it's just something I don't do.
I
Because
don't know how you do that.
I took it off because I know that between now and Friday I may sleep 6 or 8 hours. I
Yeah,
may work 18 or 20 hour days across the next week. But
yeah,
you have to, in my mind, for myself, I have to love myself enough and understand that being the key thing. Understand myself enough to go, well, you're not going to be able to operate at a million miles an hour like we're talking about on Friday
yes,
this week coming if I don't take yesterday. So the
yes,
question is, do you want it to be a week-long campaign, or do you want Monday and Tuesday to be good? And then
yeah,
it's going, well, again, back to the competitive nature. No, I want to run the first, with Shane Rooney, of course, the guy who came up with the idea for Equestrian Mental Health Month in Ireland, and the Hay campaign, the Hawaii Equestrian Mental Health
yeah,
campaign. I want to be able to run not only Ireland's first ever Equestrian Mental Health Week, I want to run Ireland's the best possible Equestrian Mental Health Week we can run, and go from there. And yesterday, taking that time is part of that journey.
yeah.
And there has to be a realization that I can't do part B if I don't get through part A. You know?
Exactly. It's like taking a balancing act.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to work on, like balancing my mental health and my physical health. Because I get tired easily because of my condition. And if I push myself too much or I stress too much, I'm useless. Yeah, I can't do anything. So I need to balance that. Um, and also it's a marathon, not a sprint. You
Yeah.
know,
100%.
and that's your mentality that I need to focus on and develop. And if I had a setback, things, things happen for a reason. For example, if I didn't mess up today, or if I didn't have my battery dying on me, I wouldn't have anything to talk about tonight.
Yeah. It'll be
You
very.
know,
Yeah, yeah. You had a sample literally, and things do happen for a reason.
yeah. So things happen for a reason. And I think as I get older, I'm realizing this. And thank you.
I wanted to ask you a big question, David, which was, what advice do you have for fellow questions based on your own journey when it comes to managing their mental health? Because we're celebrating Equestrian Mental Health Week. The idea, the brainchild of Shane Rooney, the amazing young rising star for the
Yeah,
Gospels Gazette. Um, but Shane came up with this idea because he talks openly about his own mental health struggles, or his own mental health journey. Let me rephrase that. And he was the catalyst for this ringing me on the 27th of December. And I've loved hearing tonight what advice other people have based on the journey they've gone through. So my question to you is just that: what advice do you have for our fellow questions when it comes
but
to managing their mental health?
my advice would be a couple of things. Like, first of all, but not in a halfway, but build up your resistance and resilience. But secondly, prior to that, which I definitely need to work on, is learn that it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
And that the difference between failing and quitting. Quitting means you never try again. But failing means, okay, it didn't work this way, but you can do it this way. Once you keep trying, you never fail. And then lastly, love life. You know, life is too short. Get love it and go with your flow, you know?
I
And
love
relax.
that. Yeah, I really like that. And I do. I love that saying, you win or you learn.
Yeah.
And it
Exactly.
is like you have to love yourself enough, and you have to believe in yourself enough to just keep pushing through. Life is difficult for everyone, some more than others, admittedly, but you just have to keep pushing through and enjoy it, and live that moment and be in that experience.
Exactly. And like, yeah, sure, life is difficult for everyone. Totally agree. Some more than others.
Yeah,
And people may say, I have a good life now. I do. I didn't have, when I was growing up, I had struggles and obstacles, but I have a really good life now. And what I mean by that message is just because you're going through a tough time now, doesn't keep pushing and you will get there.
I love that.
You know, and that, yeah, that just.
I love it because I love the content you put up on LegUpAbility, the videos you do and the situations you're in, and just the advice that comes as a byproduct of it. I find really inspiring, and I know you don't necessarily like that word all the time, but I do because it opens my eyes and it gives me a different perspective. But more importantly, I think it's not just for me. When other people watch those videos, they learn, and some of it can be around mentality or conditioning or mind or behavior. And I think all of those play a key role in mental health, and in trying to find the right mental health approach for a person.
Exactly, and also recognize support, recognize and ask for help. There's no such thing as weakness for asking for help. And what I love, like, I don't want to go off topic here, but like the life of can I mention names?
Yeah, you can, yeah, of course.
Yeah. The life of Andrew Tate. Going around saying, oh, you're happy macho and feelings are all weak. And feelings make you weak and emotions make you weak. I can tell you from that, for someone who literally experienced death, right? And being told I had a 10% survival rate. I don't care how strong you are, how big your muscles are, how determined you are. I don't give a toss. You're not going to make it. What gets you home is love, right? That's what gets you home. I'm sorry.
I 100% agree.
Like, the thing that got me home from Everest was thinking about my niece. That's what got me home. Knowing about strength and physical strength, I really don't care. And that, like, it's funny when I see a man like that, or woman like that, I'll be like, oh my God, you literally have not experienced any type of danger at all. Because if you do, you realize life is here. You need to enjoy it and love it and show your emotions and ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help. It's a stronger thing.
Yeah, I do. I really like that. And I think you're 100%. I can safely say my missus, my partner, changed my life down to love and affection. Now I am where I am because of her. Don't get me wrong, I know the effort I put in, no different to you going through Everest, but it's the love of somebody else who sees you for you, and the relationship you have with your niece bringing you and bringing you home because you want to see her. I love that. Is there any, and I've only two more questions and then we wrap this up. We're keeping these to 15 or 20 minutes. Is there any advice you have for your fellow equestrians on instilling that type of mindset? Like, you have a really strong mindset. And I think mental strength is an important, I think empathy and compassion is one side, but also mental strength is another side. And it's an important component of mental health, trying to build it. So is there any advice you have on that? Because you've gone through so many things, David, and you've always come out stronger and better and just pushed through and been relentless in trying to.
I think any advice, always look, don't concentrate on the past, but look at the past for lessons. Okay, kids might have messed up and you realize, oh damn, I get time and like, oh, that didn't go. Why are you going wrong? And why are you doing? Why are you? And then you get like after the fact, and you go, oh, well, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't know like this. Because I failed there, I actually learned a really good lesson in myself. So learning from your lesson experiences is important. Always try, whether it's good or bad, try to find something, a lesson from it, right? and you always look at the bigger picture, and like I always look at the bigger picture and try to realize that there are people out there who love you, and there are people out there who want you, and explore life as much as you can. Just explore everything, travel, try new hobbies and new tricks, and new tricks.
I love that. Literally, there's two other people tonight that literally said, try new hobbies. And I do, because I think it takes you outside your comfort zone, and then that takes your mind and it's new experiences, and that opens up a whole other area to be happy and to experiment.
Exactly. And I used to do motivation speaking, and I had like 5 steps to success.
Right, we're going to do this, right? So this will be the finishing up point. What are the 5 steps to success? Because I'm very curious about that.
Oh, no. I actually can only think of one, but the main one.
Yeah, go on.
Your ability to survive is directly related to your ability to love. The more you love, the more you're going to survive. And that's basically it.
I like that. I like
love
that.
everything, life, and enjoy life, and just explore.
I love that. Folks, this has been David Loisa. There's one more thing I do want to say before we wrap this up, though. We may, with Shane Rooney in partnership and collaboration with Shane Rooney, be launching Ireland's first ever Equestrian Mental Health Month. And tomorrow, we're recording these on Sunday the 15th of January. Tomorrow, we may be launching Ireland's first ever Equestrian Mental Health Week. But I will tell you, and we've said this publicly before, this came from a live stream between me and David in the past on the Grassroots Gazette. Later this year, me and David are on a team that will be launching Ireland's first ever, are we calling it
Para Equestrian Month.
We're launching Ireland's first ever Para Equestrian Month. We have our new group set up, and we're working through it now.
And a very talented group.
Oh yeah, brilliant group of people across Ireland and the UK. You love it. So folks, this is what we do. We challenge ourselves to be better. David is one of the people I look up to in the Grassroots Gazette. He's just a machine. He does what he wants to do because he wants to do it. And I absolutely adore that type of mentality in people. Listen to what he's saying tonight. Take his advice on board and try and live it. Because he knows what he's talking about, because he's done so much. When, as you put it, David, you weren't given much of a chance at the start. And I love that about you. Folks, this has been the Grassroots Podcast. This has been the wonderful David Loisat from LegUpAbility. Hope you're all joining us for Equestrian Mental Health Week. And one more thing, remember this week, reach out to someone and ask them, hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I love it. Folks, we'll chat you later.
David, thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.